Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi concludes visit to the Caribbean island of Trinidad and Tobago, leaves for Argentina on the third leg of his five-nation tour of the Global South. India signs 6 MoUs with Trinidad and Tobago, including one on making quality medicines available to the Caribbean island at affordable prices. Prime Minister Modi becomes the first Indian leader to address the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, says India's priority will always be the Global South, and that as the fastest growing major economy, it understands its responsibility towards others. Prime Minister Modi becomes the first foreign leader to receive Trinidad and Tobago's highest civilian honor, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It is the 25th international honor for the Prime Minister. And US President Trump speaks to Ukraine's President Zelenskyy, discusses boosting Kyiv's air defenses as Russia's attacks on Ukraine escalate. Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarks for Buenos Aires, Argentina, after completing his visit to Trinidad and Tobago. At the airport, the Prime Minister received a Guard of Honor. PM Modi will travel to Argentina on an official visit on July 4 and 5 at the invitation of the President of the Republic of Argentina, Javier Milei. PM Modi is scheduled to hold bilateral talks with President Milei to review ongoing cooperation and discuss ways to further enhance India-Argentina partnership in key areas including defense, agriculture, mining, oil and gas, renewable energy, trade and investment, and people-to-people ties. On the second leg of his five-nation visit, Prime Minister Modi addressed the Joint Assembly of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. He is the first Prime Minister from India to address the TNT Parliament, and the occasion marked a milestone in India-Trinidad and Tobago bilateral relations. In his address, PM Modi touched upon various aspects of the age-old ties and multifaceted relationship between both countries. He thanked the people and government of Trinidad and Tobago for bestowing upon him the special honor. The Prime Minister said that President and Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago take pride for their Indian roots. He added that in India, democracy is not just a political system, rather it is a way of life.
Both our nations rose from the shadows of colonial rule to write our own stories with courage as our ink and democracy as our pen. Today, both our nations stand as proud democracies and pillars of strength in the modern world.
Prime Minister Modi added that India is the fastest growing major economy in the world, but the development of the country goes across borders. He added that India's priority will always be the Global South.
India's growth is inclusive and people-centric. We see our development also as a responsibility towards others, and our priority will always be the global south. In times of disaster, we have responded swiftly with aid, relief, and solidarity. Our development partnerships are demand-driven, respectful, and without conditions. Distinguished members, it is time for us to work together to give the global south its rightful seat at the right table.
PM Modi also stressed that terrorism is the enemy of humanity and urged the House to deny terrorism in any space.
Terrorism is the enemy of humanity. This very Red House has itself witnessed the wounds of terror and the loss of innocent blood. We must stand united to deny terrorism any shelter or space. We thank the people and the government of this country for standing with us in our fight against terrorism.
In an expression of thanks in the Parliament, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago said PM Modi is one of the world's most respected, admired visionary leaders who has transformed his own country into a global powerhouse.
Distinct honor of conferring our country's highest national award, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And Prime Minister Modi is recognized internationally as one of the world's most respected, most admired visionary leaders who has transformed and redefined and repositioned his own country as a prominent and dominant global power.
And after the session, Prime Minister Modi was greeted by the members of Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. And Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Becerra also had delegation-level talks in Port of Spain. The two leaders held discussions on the wide range of areas covering mutual and global interest. India and Trinidad and Tobago exchanged 6 agreements. An MoU has been signed in the field of farmer cooperation, diplomatic training, sports cooperation. Another agreement signed on Indian grant assistance project for implementation for quick infrastructure projects, assistance of $58,000 for 5 projects. An agreement that has also been signed on cultural exchanges for 2025 to 2028 and establishment of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Chair of Hindi and Indian Studies in University of West Indies. PM Kamala Prasad Bharati gifted sweets to Prime Minister Modi, and PM Modi presented a prototype of machinery and processing unit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bharati planted a neem sapling in the premises of the Red House, the seat of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, as part of the Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam campaign, that is a plant in the name of the mother. Prime Minister Modi addressed the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago on Friday. He has addressed numerous parliaments, legislatures and other legislative bodies around the world. His addresses, which transcend continents, are a testament to India's growing influence on the global stage. DD India's Abhishek Bose brings us this detailed report.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has had the unique opportunity to address several foreign parliaments. This outreach highlights India's growing role on the global stage and PM Modi's statesmanship. During his ongoing five-nation visit, he addressed the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. Earlier, on July 3, 2025, Prime Minister Modi made history by becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to address the Parliament of Ghana. He will also address the joint session of Parliament in Namibia on 9 July 2025. These visits underscore India's commitment to uphold democratic ethos worldwide. In November 2024, he also made history in Guyana by becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to address their National Assembly. PM Modi addressed the joint session of US Congress twice, first on 8 June 2016 and again on 23 June 2023. These dual addresses highlight the deepening strategic partnership between India and the United States. In June 2019, he addressed the Parliament of Maldives, and in July 2018, he addressed the Parliament of Uganda. In December 2015, PM Modi addressed the Parliament in Afghanistan. Earlier, in November 2015, he addressed the historic British Parliament in the United Kingdom. In 2015, PM Modi also addressed the Parliament of Mongolia, the National Assembly of Mauritius, and the Parliament of Sri Lanka. His parliamentary outreach began shortly after taking office in 2014. In November 2014, he made history by becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to address the Australian Parliament on the 18th, followed by a special session in Fiji on the 19th. Earlier that year, in August, he addressed the Constituent Assembly of Nepal, and his very first foreign parliament address was to the joint session of Parliament in Bhutan on June 16, 2014. Now let's take a look at the key messages of Prime Minister Narendra Modi during these addresses. A central theme is India's unwavering focus on the global south. He often highlights that progress cannot be achieved without giving a stronger voice to developing nations. He strongly advocates for peace and harmony worldwide. He calls for collective action to address complex global issues like climate change, pandemics, terrorism, and cybersecurity, emphasizing a human-centric globalization that brings well-being to all. His clear message to the world during conflict is only dialogue and diplomacy is the way forward. Abhishek Bose for DD India.
In a special ceremony at the President's House in Port of Spain, the President of Trinidad and Tobago, Christine Carla Kangaloo, conferred upon Prime Minister Modi the highest national award of Trinidad and Tobago, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, for his statesmanship, for championing the priorities of the Global South, and for his exceptional contribution to strengthening the relationship between India and Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister is the first foreign leader to be conferred the award. With this, PM Modi now has been bestowed with 25 such global recognition. Accepting the award on behalf of 1.4 billion people of India, the Prime Minister dedicated the honor to the enduring bonds of friendship between the two countries.
Of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
पहली बार किसी फॉरेन लीडर को दिए जाना हमारे विशेष संबंधों की गहराई को दर्शाता है। यह संबंध हमारे साझा इतिहास और सांस्कृतिक धरोहर पर आधारित है। 180 साल पहले भारत से जो लोग यहाँ आए थे, उन्होंने हमारी मित्रता की नींव रखी थी। भले ही उनके हाथ खाली थे, किंतु उनके मन भारतीय सभ्यता, संस्कृति और विविधता से समृद्ध थे। उन्होंने आपसी सौहार्द और सद्भाव के जो बीज बोए थे, वे आज त्रिनिदाद और टोबैगो के प्रति, उनकी प्रगति के प्रति और समृद्धि के रूप में साकार हो रहे हैं।
And Prime Minister Modi continues to garner global recognition for his statesmanship and soaring popularity on the world stage. In the latest honor, he has been conferred with Trinidad and Tobago's highest civilian honor, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. He becomes the first foreign leader to be honored with this award. This is the 25th global honor bestowed upon PM Modi. Here's a roundup of the prestigious accolades the Prime Minister has received in recent months.
Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is now being awarded to the Honorable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been awarded with the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the highest honor of the Caribbean nation, during his ongoing visit. This is not the first time that Prime Minister Modi has been conferred with such state honors. Earlier on July 3rd, PM Modi was awarded with Ghana's national honor, the Officer of the Order of the Star of Ghana, in recognition of his distinguished statesmanship and global leadership. In June this year, he received Cyprus's highest honor, the Grand Cross of the Order of Macarius III. In March 2025, Barbados conferred on him the Honorary Order of Freedom of Barbados. The award was presented by the President of Barbados and accepted on the Prime Minister's behalf by Minister of State for External Affairs, Pavitra Margarita. In the same month, during Mauritius's National Day celebrations, PM Modi was awarded the Grand Commander of the Order of the Star and Key of the Indian Ocean, the highest civilian honor of Mauritius. He is the first Indian leader to receive this recognition. In April, Sri Lanka honored him with the Sri Lanka Mitra Vibhushana Award, the country's highest honor for foreign leaders. It was also the first time this award was presented to an Indian leader. Last year in July, he was officially presented with Russia's highest civilian honor, the Order of St. Andrew the Apostle. Though it was awarded to him in 2019, he received it in person in 2024. The award recognized his key role in building a strong strategic partnership between India and Russia and promoting friendship between the two nations. In November 2024, Nigeria conferred upon him the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, its highest honor. He became only the second foreign leader to receive this award, showing the high regard for his global leadership. That same month, the President of Guyana, Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali, awarded PM Modi the country's highest national honor, the Order of Excellence, for his visionary leadership and his support for the rights of developing nations on the global stage. Also in November, PM Modi was honored with Dominica's highest national award, the Dominica Award of Honor. The award recognized his leadership, support to Dominica during the COVID-19 pandemic, and efforts to strengthen ties between India and Dominica. In December 2024, the Amir of Kuwait awarded PM Modi with the Order of Mubarak al-Kabir, Kuwait's highest national honor. At the heart of these global recognitions lies Prime Minister Modi's vision, one that focuses on the well-being of all humanity and on peace and dialogue. Whether addressing conflict, climate change, or terrorism, the Prime Minister's message remains clear. The world must stand united and work together to find lasting solutions. Abhishek Bose for DD India.
Prime Minister Modi met with President Christine Kangaloo at the President's house in Port of Spain. The meeting was marked by warmth and a reaffirmation of the deep-rooted friendship between the two countries. The Prime Minister expressed his heartfelt appreciation for the gracious hospitality extended to him and his delegation, and conveyed his sincere gratitude for the conferment of the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, describing it as an honor for the 1.4 billion people of India. The Prime Minister congratulated President Kangulu on receiving the Prasar Bharati Samman Award this year and expressed deep appreciation for her distinguished public service. President Kangulu appreciated Prime Minister Modi's leadership and vision for India. President Christine Kangulu thanked PM Modi for the constant support at the time of crisis. She added that during the COVID-19 pandemic, India provided 14,000 vaccine doses.
Trinidad and Tobago is immensely glad to have been able to bestow upon you, sir, our nation's highest honor, in recognition of the tremendous work that you have done with our nation over the years, and for the kindness and the generosity which you have always shown to our country, and indeed our region. Your kindness and generosity to the people of Trinidad and Tobago are legendary. They have been shown time and time again, including, as we have heard, during the crisis of the COVID-19 pandemic, when 40,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines arrived in Trinidad and Tobago as a result of your personal intervention and action. That act of kindness only further strengthened the long-standing relationship between the governments and people of both of our countries.
DD India's Arun Sharma spoke with Ambassador of India to Argentina, Ajanish Kumar, regarding PM Modi's visit to that country, highlighting the cooperation between the two countries.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a two-day visit to Argentina, but why is this visit significant? To get a perspective on this visit, I am joined by Indian Ambassador Designate to Argentina, Mr. Ajanish Kumar. Sir, thank you so much for talking to Doordarshan.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting Argentina. So why is this visit significant? From economic aspect, from a bilateral aspect, what is your point of view on that, sir?
So this visit of Honorable Prime Minister to Argentina, though he was very much here in 2018 for the G20, but this visit becomes all the more important because it is happening after a long spell. This visit is happening at a very momentous occasion. Honorable Prime Minister is coming here. He had met only last year in November His Excellency the President of Argentine Republic, Mr. Javier Milei, and this visit is only going to consolidate the dialogue and the conversation between the two leaders.
When we talk about rare earth mineral, Argentina is part of that lithium triangle. India is aiming to enhance its capacities as far as green infrastructure is concerned. So how is this relationship complementary in nature?
India is already present in Argentina in the sectors that you identified. We have our institution called CABIL, which is here, and they have also started prospecting, and we will have some great results coming out from there. But it is not only CABIL, it is also the Indian private sector. There is a company called Greenco, which is here. I'm told that there are another one or two more companies which are looking at. But the happy part is that during the visit of the YPF chief to India this January, the three major Indian oil companies, that is ONGC Videsh, Oil India and GAIL, they too have signed something which will not only be looking at the gas proportion, but also critical minerals. So there is an immense possibility and a lot of scope, and I'm sure that in the coming years we will have many more good news coming out.
So what are the expectations of the Argentinian side when it comes to this visit?
As far as India is concerned, We are looking at further strengthening our economic engagement in the country. With economic engagements, there are always prospects for investments, and also entering into the areas what we call non-traditional areas. I think there is immense possibility for the two nations to find complementarities and work towards further strengthening the economic bonds.
How is this visit going to, give a push to the people-to-people ties? Because be it yoga or be it Ayurveda or be it, people-to-people connect in the cultural aspect.
I have no hesitation in saying that India and Indian soft power, whether it is by way of yoga, by way of Indian spiritualism, by way of the popularity of Ayurveda, or even to some extent Indian movies and films, is part and parcel of the local milieu.
Ambassador clearly saying this, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Argentina will give boost to the relationship between both the countries, be it bilaterally or, as far as the other aspect of the relationship are concerned, that is people-to-people connect as well. With camera person Vinay, Arun Sharma, Doordarshan News, Argentina.
In other news, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy held a conversation with U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday. President Zelenskyy said that he discussed air defenses with President Trump and agreed to work on increasing Kyiv's capability to defend the sky as Russian attacks escalate. Zelenskyy added in a message on Telegram that he discussed joint defense production as well as joint purchases and investments with the U.S. leader. Ukraine has been asking Washington, D.C. to sell it more Patriot missiles and systems that it sees as key to defending its cities from intensifying Russian airstrikes. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and around the world on the DD India mobile app. It's available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download it. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran from all of us here in New Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.